at Market Raisin for their opener. 14 to 1 for Guardveal, and it's 66 to 1 for Hurricane John. Runners about to be caught out onto the track for the opener at Market Raisin this afternoon. This race won last year by the long odds-on favourite Bordeaux, and you've got a similar priced favourite this time around in the shape of Carry On Sydney, and the runners have been caught out, Mark.
Thanks very much, Gary. Runners out on the track then at Market Race.
This market is now in play.
It's a dry day there, and the going though is going to be testing soft with the heavy places on the chase course, and they're heading towards the first flight of hurdles. Start over on the far side, and it is the warm favourite Carry On Sydney who leads from Hurricane John on the approach towards the first flight of hurdles, and they've all taken the first, although Guardveal jumped big at the back of the field, was rather slow and trails the others by a couple of lengths as they head towards the end of the back straight first time round. So it is Carry On Sydney, Leighton Aspel, who leads the way. Interior Minister has come through now to more or less dispute it. There's a couple of lengths away then to Chebsy Bow, who's racing back in third, half a length to Hurricane John, who, having disputed the running on the approach to the first flight, has now dropped back into fourth. The other two race together, Guardveal racing on the outside of a held-up Astrum, who's riding against the rail as they make their turn right-handed at the far end of the track and head downhill now towards the next two flights, numbers 2 and 3 in the home straight. Quite a long run between the first and second flights over this 2-mile, 1 furlong journey. Out Market Raisin, and Carry On Sydney leads the way. Shows by 3/4 of a length from Interior Minister, who's racing in second place. Chebsy Bow runs the rail in third. Out wide of Chebsy Bow is Hurricane John, and then Astrum, and has relegated Guardveal to be the back marker of the bunch once again as they rise at flight number 2. Carry On Sydney jumped it well and extended the lead to a couple of lengths as they cleared that flight. Once again, Guardveal not impressive at the back of the field, and he's now 3 lengths behind Astrum, taking the next flight of hurdles where Guardveal made an error this time. And he's now just pushed along on landing over that flight and about to get a reminder from Tom Scudamore, this debutant for Lisa Williamson today from the David Pipe Yard, as they make their run right-handed now past the stands. And again, quite a long run before they'll leave the ground again and take 5 from home over in the back straight. So Carry On Sydney bidding to confirm Newbury form with the likes of Astrum, Interior Minister and Hurricane John. Heads out towards the far side, 2 clear. Chebsy Bow has nosed through on the inside now to dispute second place with Interior Minister, and then a couple back to Astrum, who's improved a place or 2, gone past Hurricane John, and Guardveal is the back marker. 8 lengths between first and last as they shape up to take the first on the far side, 5 from home. And it is Carry On Sydney rising first over safely. Chebsy Bow landed second, and neck back to Interior Minister in third, and then a length and a half to the steadily improving Astrum, who's come through to shade 4th place from Hurricane John and Guardveal. Going towards the middle one over on the far side, Carry On Sydney from Chebsy Bow and Interior Minister as they rise at this middle flight over in the back straight. And again, the leader was fast and fluent there, landed 3 to the good from Chebsy Bow, Interior Minister, and then comes Astrum. Pushed along is Hurricane John, and more seriously ridden at the back of the field is Guardveal, going towards the last on the far side. Carry On Sydney from Chebsy Bow, Interior Minister, and then tracking them on the inside is Astrum. Behind them, Hurricane John getting a reminder, and still ridden at the tail is Guardveal. In fact, he's just responded to go past Hurricane John, who's just relegated to last. But Carry On Sydney going well as they head towards the end of the back straight. He's made this a fair enough test, and he'll lead them towards the right-hand swing at the far end of the course. Chebsy Bow, pushed along by Brian Hughes, sets off in pursuit. Astrum, having been patiently ridden, has made steady progress to be third, but still got 6 lengths to find on this leader as they head towards the home turn and now race towards the final 2 flights. Still a fair run before they jump 2 from home. Carry On Sydney yet to be seriously challenged for lead. Leads from Chebsy Bow. Astrum now being produced to be only a length away in third as they head towards the final 2 flights of hurdles. Carry On Sydney by 3 lengths from Astrum and Chebsy Bow. Astrum just going past Chebsy Bow on the run towards 2 out. Carry On Sydney from Astrum. Carry On Sydney over safely. 3 clear. Astrum in second place. Then there's another similar gap of 3 or 4 lengths back to Chebsy Bow. The others well out of contention at the final flight. Carry On Sydney is jumping stood him in good stead here. He's 5 clear of Astrum, who's not making much further impression. Chebsy Bow relegated to third, but Carry On Sydney will confirm the promise of that Newbury debut. He's made every yard here under a positive effort from Leighton Aspel, and in the end will win very comfortably by 10 lengths from Astrum, who was second, and Chebsy Bow back in third.